Cool. You ready?
Hello YouTube, welcome to a new video. Now we're gonna play the first game of 1510 versus Lawrence Trent, and I'm so psyched about this. He gladly accepted my my challenge, so he plays knight to f3. All right, let's play knight to f6.
Yeah, it's nice to be here, and I want to thank you for being such a supporter of my channel as well on Twitch. Always hanging out and supporting, and so this is the least I could do to, you know.
I have to say thank you so much anyways, because you have so much work to be done all the time. I know you're a busy guy, and this is just so much fun.
It is a lot of fun. It is. Um, so we got a kind of Nimzo Larsen variation, which is an ode to the Great Dane, the one of the forefathers, really.
The Danish Larsen. For those of you who haven't checked out his games, he has some really nice games.
Yeah,
You should
Ben,
definitely check him out.
Ben Larsen was a genius, greatest Danish player of all time. Wasn't that far away from becoming world champion.
He
Actually,
wasn't. He played. Like he played so well against the world champions of the time as well. It was just mere
yeah,
bad luck that got him into not becoming a world champion, I guess.
yeah.
Would have been fun if we had a Danish world champion though.
Well, it'll be fun if there's a Danish world champion in the next few years to fight against another
True.
Scandinavian world champion. That would be good. So I'm going to pin you here because I feel like that's what I need to do in this position. That's what I just need to do.
That's perfect. I'm gonna try to get that bishop away from my knight, and if you take, I feel that I should
Well,
be happy. All right.
I am going to take. I'm not sure you should be happy though, because I'm now going to unleash the dragon.
Unleashing the dragon, eh?
And 95. This is my plan.
Those international masters, god damn it, they always has a plan.
Sometimes it's not a very good plan, but we do have a plan.
I find it so distracting talking to you while playing. Like, it's really my fault altogether, but
Well, if it's going to be easier for you to not talk, feel free just to.
if I need to
If you need to concentrate, just
concentrate.
concentrate, man. Yeah, no problem at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play queen to d6 here.
Yeah, that feels like the only move, in my opinion. Now I've got a few ideas. Got a few interesting ideas here. Gonna do this first. First of all,
Okay, d3. So I
yeah,
think,
just controlling some squares here.
yeah, especially e4 might be good to control. Not letting my knight go there after you sometime will maybe play g5, for instance, attacking and controlling even more
Yeah,
because of that bishop on b2. So for those of you who don't know, Lawrence Trent is a commentator, a chess coach, and I believe you were. I'm not sure if you are anymore, but you were working with Fabiano Caruana.
Yeah, I was, and um, it was a great experience. And Fabi and I, we did a lot of great things together. In those couple of years we were working together, so really, really happy with what we did together. And you know, uh, even after we kind of went our separate ways, we've stayed in touch. We're still very good friends, and yeah, I think you know
That's cool.
we're going to stay friends, and obviously, I feel like I've been a part of his journey,
And
and
what a journey it has been, right?
yeah, incredible journey, incredible. Coming so close, obviously, last year to being world champion. But he's going to be back. Fabi, he doesn't give up easily.
I believe so myself. He is a strong, strong player.
He really is. Yeah, strong personality as well.
But here comes the $1 million question: who are you rooting for in the World Championship?
What am I rooting for?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not rooting for anybody, if I'm totally honest. I'm
All
just
right.
completely neutral. So, um, what about this chess position? It's quite interesting, no?
Yeah.
Feels like it needs to be spiced up a bit. So I'm going to spice things up here.
I like it. I was a bit worried about g5, but I thought I had knight h5 after g5. Knight h5, knight captures g6, h captures. So protecting g7 was my.
Yeah. It could. Yeah, knight h5 just holds everything, though, right? So
Yeah, and that's why you unleashed that monstrous h pawn as well. Kind of annoying. Just kind of.
but you might need a bit of time now to think about how you're going to solve some problems here.
There's a lot of them.
Oh.
So a problem that I have is h6, and not g5, but h5. Or h6, knight captures g6, f captures g6, and then g5. But then pawn captures, and that's not working for him.
Yeah, that's not working for me.
Huh. h6, h5, bishop h7 obviously, but h6, knight captures g6, f captures g6. That knight is a monster.
It's a big horse.
It is.
Unfortunately.
Your great steed.
So now I'm pretty much forced to take on g6, otherwise none of this makes sense.
Yeah.
And the point is that this position is still a bit unclear, so I'm going to put my queen on f3 actually. See if that does anything.
So who's in favor of never castling here?
Well, this is the question.
Alright, so my thinking is maybe queen to b4. Then if he plays g5, h captures. Then if h captures back, rook captures, rook, queen captures. Then I could castle, but another idea is rook to f8. Then g5 comes with a bit more punch, I feel like. Maybe.
It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. I'm being tricky. Tricky.
You always are. And for those of you who haven't checked him out yet, please go to twitch.tv/Lawrence not Lawrence Trent, Trentosk. Sorry. Trentosk. And please follow him and support him. He's
please do, yeah.
He's a big name, not only for the chess community altogether, but also on Twitch for the chess players there. He's a phenomenal player as well as commentator. He is working.
I wish I was a phenomenal player. I wish.
No, yeah, you're only like 2,700 or something on Blitz. That's nothing.
I mean, it's a big rating, but you know, I got a bit lucky to get there, I guess. Anyway, I lost a few points recently, so that's not good.
No, how could you, Lawrence?
It's true. Queen b4, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. Well, I guess I'm just gonna protect my pawn.
Do it.
In the only way I know how.
That's good.
F8. Okay, no threats, right? Oh, 94. You dirty boy. Alright, we're just gonna slide back. Keep everything nice and solid.
Seems fair enough.
Seems completely reasonable to me.
Alright, I'm gonna push.
Okay. Now I'm gonna kick you out. Kick you out.
Kick me out. I love it. So, you're a coach, right? So, what are the main concerns for let's say 1800 player like myself when it comes to what their crucial mistakes are in their games over the board? It all depends on the player, probably, but
yeah. What do 1780? I mean, thing is, like, fundamentally, you're all really good players, right? So what I see a lot of is there are still some silly mistakes at this level. So, like, literally mistakes that can be avoided.
yeah.
I feel like you suffer from... I feel like 1800 still struggle to calculate decently at some points. So... even though you start well in a variation, you lose your way.
Yeah, that is true.
So working on calculation is important. Obviously, knowing some fundamental theory in endings or middle games is still lacking sometimes, which is clearly a problem. But I mean, there's no reason why an 1800 player with just a bit of solid work can't just get up to 2000 or whatever, really quickly. Working on endings, working on some key middle game themes, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Working on calculation,
So I recommended a book called Tuning Your Chess Tactics Antenna, and I think a lot of people have seen that probably John Bartholomew as well has
Right.
said that that book is really great. But I think there's a mate in 16 or 17 in that book in one of the
Right.
puzzles, and
Right.
I worked through that book during several several weeks. But I spent my whole that whole book just by setting up the pieces on the board and not moving until I knew or thought I knew what the position were, and I wrote down the answer, and then I
Right.
went to the next puzzle. And for that particular puzzle, 16 or 17 mate, I think I used like 2 days or something. But I
Right.
really felt like after that book, my skill had improved quite a bit just by calculating a fair amount of positions.
Yeah, I mean, doing stuff like that is really important, basically. I remember I even saw Veselin Topalov once at a tournament, and just before the game, Veselin Topalov was world champion. I saw him reading a book, and I went to see him, and the book he was reading was a book on tactics. And what it showed me was that even the greatest in the world can do tactics training, can do puzzles, can do combinations to improve, to keep
Yeah,
fresh, to keep sharp. So, it's your move, by the way. You're struggling for a move here,
I
right?
am. I am.
Tricky position. It's true. It is a tricky position.
Another knight landing on e5 will be so fatal. I'm just
Yeah,
trying to figure out how I can avoid that knight e5 move that you have planned, but I don't find a good way because wherever I move this knight on f6, you capture on g7 and h6 falls, and I'm like 2 points down. And I don't, I can't, I can't find a counterattack.
it's not easy.
That's chess for you.
That is chess for you.
Are you working while you're playing?
Well, you haven't made a move in
No, no,
five
no. I
minutes.
know, I know.
What can I do? I mean, I can't look at this position all my life. No, I'm currently doing some trading as well. As you guys know from the stream, I'm trading cryptocurrency, and I'm currently really out of position. I was long on Bitcoin from about 34.20 USD. We're currently at 33.63. I'll put my stop loss in there. I'm going to take a hit on this trade but we looks like we got a little bounce coming here. As I talk, have we got a little bounce
Cool.
coming in to take some of the late shorters? Come on. Bounce, baby. One time for me. One time, a $200 candle. Why don't they do that anymore? Why can't it just bounce? You're going to run out of time if you don't move soon.
I am.
All right, rook g8. Wow. Why?
Protecting g7.
Okay, but all looks a bit ropey dopey.
It does, but
Right. Time to punish. Time to punish.
yeah.
Yeah, this was the worst. This is the most ridiculous bounce ever in the world. I mean,
So how long have you been trading for?
like, uh, I don't know. I started learning in 2017, but this is just so gross. Last year was a brutal year, obviously, for most people. And this year hasn't really started off much better. So we're currently We're currently getting crushed on this trade, and I'm just going to take a hit because what I learned is that, if if you're out of position and just trying to keep that position, it's just very emotionally draining.
Yeah.
And I would rather just wait for another setup um, before I do something. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that bounce was horrible. I mean, they're going to dump it. We're currently at 33.62. I expect me to be out of position before the end of this stream. In fact, I've got a stop loss. It's just whipped below sort of 30. So I've got a stop loss at 33.47, which is only a $15 move. $15 move, by the way, is 0.5%. So it's still quite a big move, but not in this crazy crypto game. It's not. It's just, you know, unless this miraculously holds and we start seeing an upturn, it's just not going to happen. If I have to go long again, it will be much lower down. It will be around the 32.30 area would be the next time for a bounce. There's no support going on from now until then. So if it forcefully breaks through here, I mean, you could be I'm not one of those traders that's a breakout trader where, if it pushes through a support level or a price where I then, just try and catch that and ride the wave, because just too many times I've been burnt as well in that spot, just way too many times. It's a shame because this position was actually a position which looked quite decent, but it didn't work out. So castle's queenside here. You're just giving me the 6 pawn. I'm going to take it.
I kind of have to.
Yeah, you were in a tricky spot already.
I was thinking about e5 and h5 later, but you have queen h3, and that's no good.
Yeah, I can always put the queen on h3. Okay, so queen e5. So, yeah. I mean, doesn't look good, buddy.
It does not.
Doesn't look good. Okay, I'm just gonna continue doing my stuff. Take a few pawns, take a few little pieshkas here.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable. You're going to have to do something quick.
I am.
Okay. So do you want the good news or the bad news? the good news is the YouTube fans are going to learn something here.
That's always fun.
The bad news is you're going to be the student.
I'm always the student.
The bad news is you are going to be the student.
And there we sound, guys. Gonna end up a piece down. That's perfect.
That's not premature. That's a fairly acceptable resignation there. So as we see, before we're gonna do a rematch, I guess.
Yeah, but we're gonna go through the game just.
Oh yeah, we'll go through the
really
game first.
quickly.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
If that's possible.
Sure. Let's just see, before we do that, let's just see my position taken out here. Okay, so do you want to control it, or how is it working?
I could invite you to an analysis board if you'd like.
Okay, sure. Let's do that.
1 second. Analysis board.
Wow. Ooh.
What?
Ooh. No, nothing. Nothing special is going on.
Oh, come on. Chess.com.
Chess.com. Come on.
Sometimes, you know.
I know.
Oh man. Why am I so dumb? There we go. And I'm gonna invite you.
Okay. All right. So, oh, here we go. Accept. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So, can I move the pieces as well?
Yes, you can. I think so.
So we had a Larsen, and I played this move here, which is, you know, a move, obviously, that is a bit of a non-committal move, right? I mean, it's a move which just says that I want to get a game of chess,
exactly,
rather than anything too theoretical.
I was playing autopilot here by playing knight c6. I think I much more preferred c5 in this position, actually.
Yeah, c5 is a much better move. Knight c6 feels a bit inflexible because
I agree.
I mean, obviously there are lots of moves here. You can play with the d pawn, you can play g6, you can play e6, you can even play b6. It's completely reasonable. Knight c6 is probably still okay, but it's, I would say, one of the one of the sort of worse positions, one of the worst moves, because yeah, it's just inflexible. It doesn't allow the c pawn to move. So okay, so knight c6, bishop b2, and now you play d5. Also interesting here would be to go d6, to try and play e5 to blunt this bishop out. When you go d5, of course, you do already give up control over some squares.
I weaken the e5 square, indeed.
So that's why I went e3, and now you play the very logical move, which was bishop g4, pinning my knight. But now after h3, bishop h5, I do take the opportunity of going bishop b5, and this is basically demonstrates the drawback of moving the knight to c6 too quickly, is that it can be pinned like this.
Exactly.
So here, already it's a tricky situation, because I'm threatening to go g4 and knight e5, And what you did is kind of logical. I don't know exactly what the true assessment is of the position, computer assessment, but after a6, I guess I'm forced to take, and now I'm going to follow up with my plan anyway at 95,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And here you played queen d6, which looks very logical, and maybe the only move. And here I wanted to go d3 just to control this e4 square,
exactly.
to stop any bishop e4s.
A really nice move there.
Yeah, e6, knight d2. And here, I guess, was the first moment where I think you have to do something a bit more radical. I think you have to go knight d7 here to try and challenge this knight in the center. I think
Yeah,
that's quite...
immediately. All right. Yeah,
Yeah, I would say so. Because if you don't do this, then basically, uh, what happened in the game can happen, and you have to challenge it. And the point is now you always have f6, right? So
yeah,
if I go knight df3, you can even go f6 here,
exactly.
and suddenly you're controlling a lot of squares. Takes, and this is more than fine for black. And if I take on g6, you're not too worried, because you actually again have quite a sound pawn structure, and it's not easy for white to make problems. So I think bishop e7 is a mistake, because now it allows this idea with h4. And now h5 threatening to win the bishop is a serious concern. And yeah, so you went h6. h5 would also be an option. But of course, here I would take and go g5, fixing this weakness. But again, these positions are not that clear. Even after knight d7, yeah, I can win a pawn maybe and come back. Maybe you'll even go rook h7 here, I don't know. But, maybe, just maybe, you can get some play down the f-file, and it's not that clear, right? The pawn advantage is not that clear. So when you went h6, I took and went queen f3. The reason I played this move was because if you castle here, I wanted to... Maybe queen f3 is actually not a good move. I wanted to put the queen on g2. Maybe here I should just play a move like queen e2 very simply and keep my options open about... Thing is, I don't really want to castle queenside because I'm worried about you running this a-pawn up the board.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put my king. There's a chance that I should just run it round to g2, castles and king f1. And even though I'm on the f-file momentarily, there's no way for you to take advantage of that. And put the king on g2, possibly. But even that looks a bit strange. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I didn't like the look of g5 opening up the h file.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you have to be worried about that, about g5 as well. But it's not that clear, in my opinion. It's not that clear at all. So...
That's the reason why I didn't castle, at least. I was a bit worried about the g5 pawn push.
Yeah, I can understand that, which is why you played queen b4.
Yeah.
Attacking my pawn, so I have to defend it with rook g1. And you went rook f8. Now I am happy to drop the queen back to e2. You were threatening maybe some nasty knight e4 discovery, which I have to be very careful about.
Yeah, trading off those knights would have been a massive improvement for me, I think.
Yeah. So I want to keep the tension, queen e2. And when you go a5, I kick your queen c5. Now you're threatening this pawn, so I protect it with knight f3. And suddenly knight e5 is coming. And it was around here where I started to feel really confident about my position.
Yeah, I guess so. I was feeling... I really didn't find any good moves here in this particular position. Like, I had no clue what to play. Like, I could castle queenside, I could do whatever, but there's just nothing to prevent you from winning a couple of pawns here, I felt like.
Yeah, it's just a very, very unfortunate position for you. Yeah, I don't really see a way to do it. You went rook g8 because you wanted to go knight d7.
Exactly, but it's way too passive. It is way too passive.
But I think the position is already very, very, very difficult for you.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, you know what I mean? I don't think you've done anything too wrong. I mean, it was before where it started to go wrong, to be honest. And then yeah, after knight d4, queen g4. I guess you should maybe try to hang on to the pawn with a move like knight f8, because it also defends the g6 pawn.
Yeah.
But here again, white's got a lot of options. and clearly white is better. Maybe I would just go f4 here just to gain some space. Only white can be better here, but you are still alive, basically.
Not for long, I would guess.
I'm not sure. I think you're still alive here. You know,
It
you,
will take a lot of maneuvering to actually get out of that situation, though.
yeah, it's not the greatest situation to be in. That's for sure. But you're not completely dead. So
That's true.
yeah. And then obviously in the game after castles, I'm just taking pawns, and yeah, and then we had this nice motif at the end with knight c6 check, winning a
That's
whole piece.
that's
So
always fun. Always fun
yeah,
to end the game with a nice little tactic there.
yeah, yeah.
So I was, of course, at my level, we're playing some hope chess. So
Well, again, it's not terrible chess whatsoever.
this
It's
was
just you went a bit wrong a bit earlier, and that's what we players who are slightly stronger tend to do, right? Which is take advantage of even minor mistakes. So
exactly. But even here, you could just play f4 and you have a winning position.
yeah, even here I could go f4. Exactly.
That's what I missed in this. I didn't even spot that you could capture on b8. I didn't have any time left, but I just found f4 after I moved my queen to e5 and thought that is winning as well. But everything was winning, I guess, for you here.
Yeah, exactly. Should we play another one then, very quickly?
We can, if you have the time, of course.
Yeah, yeah, sure. We'll play one more. Then I'm gonna have to go.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. The next video will be out in the near future. Please watch out for that. All right. Have a good one. Bye.